Hey everyone. So I get this question a lot lately about choices. There's so many ways to go with your art, and there's so many ideas people have about what they want to do, and it can just be exhausting. It actually can be overwhelming when you have so many choices. Anyway, this is Nicholas Wilton at Art to Life, and today I'm talking about focus, because that's what it takes. And the stress comes because if we choose A and we don't do B, C, and D, and E, we always worry that the other ones might have been the better choice. So that gets to me. But the way I think about it, and that's helped me a lot, I'll share how I think about it, is that it's not that, like, if you have 10 things and you love, and 10 of them are all pretty good, you just do your best at just choosing one that feels pretty good. You never know. But then what you're doing is you're just deciding to focus on that one thing. And by thinking about it again and again and again, that one thing, it starts to become the thing. You actually can make it the best one. This idea of narrowing the focus allows you to go deeper, and that's what makes the work stronger. Being freaked out about all the possibilities and trying to hit all of them just keeps it's wide and kind of shallow, right? We want to make work that has some depth to it and that stands out, and that's going to be the work that you spend some time. It doesn't mean that you can't explore those other things, but it's amazing when I just trust that I'm going to develop this thing. It gets it. And I actually never even remember those other things. I just go down all these roads and keep going and keep going and keep going. So that's a really less anxious way to think about how to choose. You get to turn any decision into a good one by the way you're layering your thinking, by the revisiting of that idea again and again. And because your head's in that one thing, you have more clarity. And because you're kind of thinking about that and carrying that around in your day, things cross your path that relate to the one thing you're doing, which develops it even further. There's a synchronistic kind of magic that happens when you're clear about and it's simple because you remember it and you think about it. You can talk about it better. It starts to create momentum. So let me know what choices you're making about the direction you're going. Can you simplify it more? Can you go in closer? Can you eliminate some things to make it stronger and more potent and go deeper? Let us know in the comments. So this whole idea about choosing, about going a little bit narrower and letting some other things go in order to go deeper, came up for me again in a really cool conversation I had with artist William Downs. This conversation is the podcast coming out on Wednesday. It's so crazy because he does these epic wall drawings. He draws them. They're just in black and white. And it's really, really amazing what he does. But what he used to do was totally different. It was really colorful. It had all these layers and everything. And actually it was his father who told him, suggested, son, why don't you just do those drawings? Let the other stuff go. And he's turned it into a whole thing. Anyway, it's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. So show up for that. There's a link down below where you can subscribe to that. And I hope your Sunday goes really, really great. Okay, thanks for being here. Hey everyone, if you found this helpful, I have a whole lot more to teach, share, and inspire you with every single week. So please, join the Art to Life YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Okay, great. Let's do this.